So there's another comment, Lana, that happened over I think it was yesterday. It is our very fine president, Joe Biden, who, if depends on who you listen to, that this is really damaging Kamala Harris and her campaign. Let's take a listen to the comment and then we will discuss.
Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of things is unconscionable, and it's un-American.
So he walked these comments back. He said what he meant to say was he's meant to say the people that were making these comments during the rally and all that stuff, and the comments were garbage. I'll be honest with you, Lana, I don't give a fuck if he meant supporters, because those supporters who, go in there and think that racism and all that stuff is cool, they 100% are garbage. And if you think for one fucking second that we're going to take maybe a gaffe from Joe Biden that he made, and we're going to compare it to the 9 years of shit that Donald Trump, his supporters, and MAGA and people around him said, you think that you're going to come at me or you're going to come at anybody with this comment and think it's comparable, and we're going to guess again? And not happening with me. So exactly. You can try it all day. And
Exactly. That's for them to even try to create a storm and for the media to fall for that shit is just stupid. It's
that's what it is. Yeah, that too.
I would have just owned that shit. Fuck that. Biden should have said, yeah, his fucking supporters are trash. Just like Hillary said, fucking deplorable. They shit in the Capitol building. Stop playing with me and beat up cops and brought a noose. And we're talking about they're not trash, but they thought it was funny when the fucking comedian said that Puerto Ricans were trash. But when you call them trash, you're like, oh, bridge.
It's the pearl clutching. Yep, the pearl clutching. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to have a what? How dare you? Oh my God.
Exactly. But we laughed about Kamala being a prostitute and pimp handlers and watermelons and shit. That shit was funny. But now it's like, oh, shut the fuck up. That's ridiculous. I understand why Kamala had to say what she said. Like, I would never say that. She has to say that. She wants to be the president for all. In her head, she probably thinking the same thing we say out loud. Like, fuck them fuckers. Y'all not only are you trash, y'all stupid trash.
They are desperate, Lana. They are grasping at straws, and they think they found the counter to the Tony Hinchcliffe joke.
Running.
And they're as excited. They're as excited as they can be. Here's the one thing I will say: as much as I love Joe Biden, I think Joe Biden is going to go down as one of the greatest presidents of all time. But ever since he announced that he was stepping down and Kamala has taken over, it feels like Joe's not even president anymore. You don't even hear, you know what I mean? It just has that feeling. Like, so anybody that thinks that this is going to be a big deal where people aren't even paying attention to Joe Biden anymore.
Right.
Good luck. I mean, best of luck to think that the good news is I didn't see Bad Bunny. I didn't see anybody rescinding their
exactly
endorsements.
Like Nicky Jams did.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier. So, and
I don't know why he didn't do it when he called him a fucking sexy woman, but like
it was very bizarre. Yeah.
Now.
Yep. Well, Baby Juggernaut says that Biden is damn near a saint, and guess what? I have footage to prove that is true. Because here, this is why I fucking love this guy, dude. I mean, this is a guy who obviously could just kind of do whatever he wants to. He could walk right in front of the line if he wants to. But this was him the other day. If I can find the clip, Lana, because, here it is. This is him the other day waiting in line to vote. Pushing this woman up the ramp in her wheelchair, talking to the people and just saying, you know what, I'm going to go amongst the crowd. So this is different. When people have asked me to go, I've heard MAGA people when I blasted him for his little McDonald's stunt. And they're like, he's showing he's part of the people. He's showing that was a full stunt. Everything was set up. Everything. Those weren't even real customers. Those weren't real. I mean, these were all vetted people. You could go through the line. You could go through the line. The restaurant was shut down. This, whether it's photo op or not, this is still genuine Joe Biden.
Right.
100%. This is just who he is as a person.
Right. Because we know that Joe took the train when he was a senator.
Yep.
Fucking train. He wasn't trotting around on some fucking jet. And one thing about Trump is, I thought about this today. It's like, he is the only president that, like, on Thanksgiving, you don't see his fucking lard ass giving out no meals to the homeless, right? Like, it's a day of service. We have never seen Trump do anything remotely as a day of service. And if he does show up in a service surrounding, everyone is gone. It's sanitized, right? Like, bring in the actors. Oh,
Right.
God. You know, he brings his props in and he gets a photo op and he's fucking out of there and he's washing his hands like crazy. He would never do that. Biden, with his old ass, is pushing someone else in a wheelchair up a fucking ramp. Like, stop playing with me, in line with the people. And that's the difference between him and Kamala. Literally, I saw Kamala, the black lady, which is not there. No, she's crisscrossed and she's touched every fucking body. Saw her in a goddamn barbershop talking to the brothers. Her. Saw Obama getting his hair cut and by a podcasting barber, right? He's getting talking. So she's everywhere. She's like in Philadelphia in a restaurant with like a black chef tasting his fucking beans. I'm like, she's talking in every fucking corner, and it's not a Puerto Rican barbershop in the Bronx. Again, that's been sanitized for Trump.
And you know, I've never heard one story where Harris or Biden had walked into one of these restaurants and they came back and said, they never paid the bill. I've heard that a few times where Donald Trump went in these restaurants, ordered all this stuff and never paid the bill. You know, so, and not to mention too, this thing just drives me insane. You know me, I don't give a shit about religion. I don't care whether you're Catholic, Christian, Jewish. I don't fucking care about any of that stuff. But Joe Biden's an actual Catholic. He actually goes to church. And these MAGA people look up to this clown who couldn't spell Jesus if you gave him the J and the E to start with. He has no idea about religion, but he goes around and tells everybody he's this godly man and God saved him from being shot